They arrested him in the middle of his shift. No warrant shown, no explanation, just two officers walking into the restaurant, taking him away in front of everyone. His name was Daniel. He was the dishwasher at the small diner where I worked in college, always quiet, always early. He stacked plates like it was an art form, careful, steady, never in a rush. The rumor? Someone had stolen $400 from the register, and since Daniel was the only one who stayed late at night, they assumed it was him. He didn't protest, didn't even look shocked. Just took off his apron, handed it to me, and said, "Take care of those plates, will you?" I remember seeing him later that night through the rain-streaked bus window, sitting alone at the station, holding a small paper bag with his dinner in it. People whispered, if he was innocent, he'd fight it. But I wasn't so sure. See, months before, Daniel had done something I never told anyone about. It was during winter. I had missed rent and was sleeping in my car behind the diner. One night, when the snow was coming down hard, I found a blanket folded neatly on my front seat with a note that said, "Cars don't keep you warm. People do." I recognized his handwriting instantly. He never mentioned it. He never asked for thanks. Years passed. I graduated, started my own catering business, and one afternoon, while hiring staff for a big corporate contract, I walked into a supply store to get new equipment. And there he was, Daniel, stocking shelves, thinner now, gray at the temples, same quiet eyes. I told him who I was, told him I never forgot that blanket. Then I asked, "Why didn't you defend yourself back then?" He shrugged and said softly, "It was the single mom who worked the morning shift. They were going to fire her if she couldn't pay back the register. I didn't have kids. She did." I stood there, floored. This man had taken the blame for someone who never even knew he'd done it. That day, I hired him as my kitchen manager. Not because of his resume, but because you can teach someone to cook. You can't teach someone to care. And now, the man who once washed our dishes runs the whole kitchen. Titles can be taken. Character stays forever. You might miss out on our next interesting stories if you are not following us. I never believed a kid could save my business, until he showed up wearing a blue cap and holding a marble in the pouring rain. It was late November, the kind of cold that makes your bones ache. I stepped out with my coffee and he called out, "Sir, do you have 50 cents? I almost kept walking, but something in his voice stopped me. 50 cents? What for? I asked. He pointed to the vending machine by the bus stop. Hot chocolate. I checked my wallet. No change. So I walked him inside, bought him the largest cup they had. He sipped it like it was gold. Then he reached into his pocket, pulled out a marble. "This is for you," he said. I laughed. "A marble?" He nodded, serious. "It's lucky. My mom gave it to me before she left. That marble sat on my desk for years. I never saw the boy again. Fast forward 20 years. My construction business was in trouble. Bad contracts, unpaid bills, banks breathing down my neck. I went to the city council for a loan. The new councilman, mid-30s, sharp suit, walked in wearing a blue baseball cap. It took me a second. He saw me staring. "You don't remember me, do you?" And then he smiled. I felt the years collapse between us. The cold November night, the hot chocolate, the marble. "That cup you bought me," he said, "was the first hot drink I'd had in weeks. I kept that marble until I graduated high school." He leaned forward. "Sir, my job is to approve projects that help our community, and I think yours will." The loan was approved in minutes. My business survived. Before I left, he slid something across the desk. It was the marble, full circle. Kindness isn't an investment you track. It's a seed you plant. Sometimes it grows into a tree you never expected to find shade under. You might miss out on our next interesting stories if you are not following us.